So my name is José Vieira, and I'm a data science manager at Fidelidade, which is an insurance group, and I work in the Center for Artificial Intelligence and Analytics. So regarding soft skills, I would say that one of the most important things we tend to consider when choosing candidates is actually their critical thinking. So we want to know how they understand and work the problem and also the data in order to solve a specific problem. Then their problem solver capabilities, I would say their Swiss knife capabilities. We want to know if they can use a mix of technologies and patterns in order to solve these difficult problems that they try to understand. And then also, I would say that they have to have very high communication capabilities, in the sense that they have to be able to express themselves in terms of the model outcomes, the mathematical issues of their developments to the business, and also to be able to listen to either the business and also the IT challenges that compose delivering a model. So active listening capability. Okay, so the good communication is a two-way street. So being able to communicate and be able to receive the feedback. In the hard skills components, I would say strong engineering or statistical background, depending on the position that we are looking for. And I would say it would be nice to be proficient in Python, but nevertheless, if there is a keen and eager ability to look for new technologies and to learn, I would say that's sufficient. We would try to understand the projects that they were involved in, try to see how they explained the problem, how they thought of the possibilities, and the way they tried to choose solutions in order to identify the one that is the champion model they actually went through. So we want to know the critical part, the rational part of doing that specific project. Then how was the interaction between all the team members developing the project? Because that's, in big corporations, that's one of the typical issues that arises, which is, and it touches the part of the communication I was talking about, which is the relationship part. You have to build a win-win situation all the time in order to not only to think that your solution is going to work and that's it. No, you have to understand how it will be deployed, if the results make sense to the business. So you have to understand this very well. So how was the interaction in that specific project? And then also try to understand if we are talking about a person that is actually a lonely wolf or a wolf in a pack. When we say the future, is actually right there, man. I mean, it's here already, because, like I said in the beginning, there is a lightning speed evolution around the AI and data field currently. The hype around LLMs and ChatGPT and so on, which already obliges us to do some changes. So our tasks are already not the same. The current trends are, from my point of view, also a perfect opportunity for scaling up the data science role, because it will augment not only the quality of our deliverables, their own productivity, but also the volume of the deliverables. Will be much faster in deploying new solutions to our business. Okay, and we have to. That's a mandate from this evolution. We have to. So it will also accelerate what I believe it's also a decentralization of AI. We have seen this because ChatGPT allowed the society as a whole to understand more clearly the capabilities of AI, and that includes our business users as well. So we have to decentralize away from AI, from these knowledge centers, and I'm actually speaking from my center as well, such as ours, to the business users. And therefore, I think we need to make sure that we can cope with this evolution, alongside maintaining some data standards, some model governance, in order to sustainably grow. Because if we do not have a strategy to decentralize AI for the business users, it will be very difficult for an organization as a whole to understand what we have, how can we control it, how can we control the costs, how can we scale up, and if they are, for example, to a state they are critical ML products, delegating that to the business owners without having a deep technical understanding of what was developed, that can be problematic. Okay, because in the end, you are responsible for the outcomes of the model that you have built. So providing that to the business that is more or less unaware of the eventual consequences that the outcomes of the model may bring, that's a liability for the company. So that decentralization has to occur, but has to be in a sustainable way. We have an automated automobile claim process, which allows our customers in a very efficient way, in a very fast way, to solve their claim in a day or two. So if you have a car accident, you can actually pull your mobile phone, fill in the what we call the accident car form, take a snapshot of that specific paper that you have signed with the other. I'm assuming that you crashed with another person, that you've signed all together with that person. You take a photo. You will be entering a technical process that will undergo a specific model that automatically reads what you have just filled in that specific document. It will go to a rule engine approach. It will decide what to do, and it will resolve the claim process. And that happens in an automatic fashion. So I would say that 60% of our claims, automobile claims, that go through this specific process, they are fully automated with no intervention whatsoever of a person. If I think of a project that we have started some years ago and assume we could start all over again, the difficulty part is that we have to take consideration that a lot of tools didn't exist in the past, and also the maturity of some of the tools that existed are very different. If you think of OCRs, if you think of pre-built models, so some years ago you didn't have that capability, so you had to build models from scratch. And nowadays we already have some services, some pre-built models. So there is a lot of accelerators that we could use currently if we should start from a model a project a couple of years ago. But I would for sure say two things we would have done differently. First one, we would invest more in strengthening our ML platform that supports our ML pipelines in order to ease not only our maintenance work, but also to ensure the highest possible values for our data metrics. Okay. In the end, it's not only having a model. What you have to make sure if all the remaining models that go after that one are able to scale. You have the capabilities to deploy very fast. You have the capabilities to do effective monitoring of them. You are very fast to react to issues that occur in production. Would be something that we would do differently, because we would invest first in building the ML platform and then deploying that specific project. Okay. We would also have been more demanding in having what we can call a real ML ops team, composed of different roles, not only data science, but all the infrastructure teams, IT architecture teams, ML ops engineers, machine learning engineers, and so on, in order for them as a team, and I have to reinforce again, as a team, work autonomously and with responsibility. I would again invest a lot of this building up or structuring a team, and then start developing models. And then I would say we will be skyrocketing not only that specific project, but the remaining ones. So these two things would have made significant impact if we would have to start any project all over again.